Howdy, lieutenants and economists.
The most volatile, evil, disgusting things on the planet, humans. If you have a video request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com.
Yeah, I am gonna charge you, kids. And that is the importance of not fucking up.
You are such an asshole!
assholeconsulting.com. I have a request for Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I filmed it, and then because I'm really busy, because a lot of people don't think the captain's busy. I made my video. Like, oh, not busy fucking flying across the country. So I filmed it, and I forgot to upload it. So I got it. He's like, hey, where is it? I'm like, oh, shit. I remember filming it, but I didn't upload it, so I just... Okay. This is a pretty vile woman. What we ran into is the gal is just so old, she's 85, that a lot of the Clarey tests won't apply. And there was actually, I wouldn't say sexist, but there were more traditional things. Roles were more strictly enforced socially, not by law, where Ruth Bader Ginsburg did actually suffer some sexism and discrimination. So she had to fight for it. But what I found out later is I had to do the math because they don't exactly put it out on a timeline. She had a kid and the very next year went off to go to either law school or grad school. It's like, yeah, fuck your kid, huh? So, whereas I was like, you know, she is legitimately fighting for rights. She is legitimately fighting for the equal treatment of women. And, you know, evil right-wing libertarian that I am, I do believe women, yeah, if you want to be an engineer, go be an engineer. There should be a fair, equal playing ground. And then I see her pull off this dickhead move. I'm like, oh, you bitch. You fucking bitch. So Ruth Bader Ginsburg is Associate Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States, appointed by Bill Clinton in 1993. She is the second female justice after Sandra Day O'Connor of 4 to be confirmed to the court, along with Sonia Sotomayor and Leah Kagan, who are still serving. Following O'Connor's retirement and until Sotomayor joined the court, Ginsburg was the only female justice on the Supreme Court. During that time, Ginsburg became more forceful with her dissents, which were noted by legal observers and in popular culture. She was born to Russian Jewish immigrants. Her older sister died when she was a baby, and her mother, one of her biggest sources of encouragement, died shortly after Ginsburg graduated from high school. I mean, it was like a day after. So you kind of like, oh, she's human. She earned her bachelor's degree at Cornell University. We're not going to give her a point for, I think it's pretty worthless. I forgot what it was. And became a wife and mother before starting law school at Harvard. Where she was one of the few women in her class. I don't know if you're going to notice this, but she was one of the few women in everything. You'll talk about a lot of vagina in this background. Transferred to Columbia School of Law, where she graduated tied for first in her class. Following law school, Ginsburg turned to academia. Right. And so I think she did very little real-world work, and immediately she was a professor at Rutgers School of Law, Columbia Law, teaches civil procedure, one of the few women in her field. Ginsburg, did you know she was one of the few women in her field? Ginsburg spent a considerable part of her legal career as an advocate for the advancement of gender equality and women's rights, winning multiple victories, arguing before the Supreme Court. She advocated as a volunteer lawyer for the American Civil Liberties Union, was the board of booty. Carter was in 1980 who got her into the thing. So if we go into early life and education, mother, and then they go way back to her great-grandparents. It's like, that's not who it is. Camp Rabbi, Celia is her name, I think. Oh no, Celia is the mother's name. Good student, could not further on her brother to college. She didn't come from money, so she doesn't have a point there. Yeah, Ma died of cancer. Bader attended Cornell University, which is a member of Alpha something something. She graduated from Cornell with a bachelor's art degree in government. See, so that's a little bit scary. Like, why are you going into government? Like, she knows better at 17. She married an officer. And she lost her job, and here's where the real discrimination is. At the age of 21, she worked for the Social Security Administration in Oklahoma, where she was demoted after becoming pregnant with her first child, gave birth to her daughter in 1955. In the fall of 1956, Ginsburg enrolled at Harvard Law School. It's like, what? What about the kid? And you kind of see, you know, a feminist is a feminist that's going to feminism. it's like, screw the kid. So off to Harvard she went. Early career, difficulty finding employment. So she graduated in 59, got her doctorate. So here's someone who graduated top number 1, again, some legitimate discrimination. Found difficulty finding employment in 1960. Supreme Court Justice Felix Frankfurter rejected Ginsburg for a clerkship position due to her gender. She was rejected despite a strong recommendation from Albert Martin Sachs, who was a professor and later dean of the Harvard Law School. Columbia Law Professor Gerald Gunther also pushed for Judge Edmund Palmieri to hire Ginsburg as a law clerk, threatening to never recommend another Columbia student to Palmieri if he did not give Ginsburg the opportunity, and guaranteeing to provide the judge with a replacement clerk should Ginsburg not succeed. She held the position for 2 years. And then immediately into academia. 61. Research associate, Rutgers, nonprofit, changed the world, no real world working experience. 72, American Civil Liberties Union. So no real world working experience. Normally I give judges some kind of, okay. And then from there, just a non-profit activist judge ever since. So I'm going to say no, what's she doing today doesn't count. Sorry. Normally I'd give a Supreme Court justice real world working experience. But since this came through the route of work avoidance and activism, and not an activist judge, although you could certainly argue she is that, but an activist, like your career and profession was activism. You didn't go work for Hubert and Smith and did research and defended this or that. So she gets a 2. So she didn't come from wealth. We're not going to say she majored in stupid stuff, but there'll be an asterisk there about arrogance and bravado. She's going to go major in government. It's not part of the Clarey test, but having a kid then running off to grad school, really just, again, a burr in my saddle. But she gets a 2, a very dirty 2. Should she have ran for office? I guess your nominee, she didn't run for office. Should she run for office? No, she shouldn't. She just isn't. She isn't a strong, independent woman. In the younger day, I could say she was, but then she used the entire nonprofit, avoiding real world work, academia, matrix, industrial complex, if you want to call it that. She could have probably gone and done other really cool things with her bravado and work ethic and spirit, but it was all channeled towards work avoidance. Would I want to have a beer with her? No, not really. You had a kid and then you ran off, you're a careerist, and oh wow, you majored in government and then you used the government as lifelong employment. How boring and common are you? I don't care that you're a Supreme Court justice. I have no intellectual interest in someone like that. So no real working experience, shouldn't run for office. Basically a lifelong politician is what she is. And then consequently, if you're a lifelong politician, you're not an intellectual person. You're boring to me. I know you inside and out. You're nothing exciting. You're nothing interesting. I'm repressed. Give me reasons because vagina. Okay, good. Yeah, I wonder how many flavors of that you're going to throw my way in a conversation. I just boring, very boring. I'd rather talk to someone who's a janitor. At least they may have gotten their hands dirty. So no, I wouldn't want to have a beer with her either. So that's it. She gets a 2. No on both accounts. We'll see you guys later. Toodle.